Hi there BookTube, it's Eleanor here, and today I'm coming to you with my wrap up for October. October's been an okay month for me reading. It's been a little bit strange the last few months, obviously starting back full-time work, but I feel like I have read a nice amount this month, and yes, I've had a couple of 5-star reads. So as always, I'm going to take you through the books that I've read, the star ratings, and then I'm going to talk to you about one of those 5-star reads at the end. So let's go. So there might have been 2 5-stars in there this month, but there was 3 2-star reads. There was 3 3-star reads and 3 4-star reads. So it was quite an even mix, but there was those 3 2-star reads, which I don't give 2 stars very often, but I really needed to this month. So all in all, I read a total of 11 things, which I'm really pleased with. I had 1 non-fiction, 1 graphic novel, 1 middle grade, 1 short novella, 1 short story collection, 4 YAs, 1 SFF novella, and a classic. So let's go through those going from the 2 stars up. 2 stars, Headlopper, Such Small Hands, and The Picture of Dorian Gray. It wasn't for me, guys. 3 stars were The Reason I Jump, By Your Side, and When It's Real. 4 stars to Freshers, The Beginning of the World in the Middle of the Night, and The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue. And then those 2 5-star reads, Mockingbird and Beneath the Sugar Sky, which is the one I'm going to talk to you about now. Beneath the Sugar Sky by Seanan McGuire continues our Every Heart is a Doorway series. This is the 3rd book. You had Every Heart is a Doorway, which sets us up with the story. We had Down Among the Sticks and Bones, and then Beneath the Sugar Sky is set to come out in January. And yes, it's just as good as the rest. I don't want to spoil people who haven't started this. You need to start this. They're all novellas of around 200 pages long, and Seanan McGuire has managed to create this wonderful world, and there's various worlds, and some are dark and some are fantastical and some are nonsensical, and the characters are rich, and she manages to create all of this in such a small amount of pages and words. It is fantastic. This one takes us back at the beginning to the Home for Wayward Children, and then we go off on an adventure with some of our characters from the 1st book, which I loved, and it's a really great read. I gobbled it up. I love the cover of this as well. I just love everything about this, and in fact I've loved it so much that I've now picked up some of Seanan's other books to read, so I may do a whole video on some of Seanan McGuire. And also she writes under the name Myra Grant, so if you've read Feed, which is a sort of a horror book, that is by her, that series, and so I've picked up some of her others to give a go. Just because I can't talk any more about this book, let me just tell you a little bit about Every Heart is a Doorway, which is the 1st in the series. Every Heart is a Doorway is about this school for wayward children, and we are told that children go off to these fancy lands, like Alice in Wonderland went to her land, and these children go off to these lands. They either fall down a rabbit hole, or they open a door into this land, or they climb into a chest, and they go to these lands, and sometimes they're spat out of these lands, or they are exiled from these lands, or for some reason they end up coming back from these lands, and they're changed, and often they don't want to be here. They want to be back in the lands that they've been in. Their parents don't understand them. They think they've gone crazy, and so they send them to this school where the headmistress understands, and this is where we meet them in Every Heart is a Doorway. We meet the characters, we learn a little bit about them, about where they've been, and then we are following them. There's a sort of murder mystery in there as well, so there's a little bit of a sort of thriller aspect, and then in the subsequent books we are then following some of those characters on different adventures and following them into some of their worlds, which is just truly magical, and I hope this continues on and on and on and on and on, because I love it so much. Anyway, that's what I've read in October. I'm really looking forward to November. There's so much going on and so much to read, but I can't wait. So I hope you've all had a good October. Did you have any 5-star reads? As always, put them down below. Let me know. I always like to add more to my list, and I look forward to speaking to you soon. Bye for now, BookTube.